Two hands clap, and there is a sound. What is the sound of one hand? Do not answer too quickly. If you answer with words, you have missed it. If you answer with silence, you have missed it. If you try to figure it out like a math problem, you will be trapped in a maze forever. This is a koan. In the Zen tradition, a koan is not a riddle. A riddle has an answer. A riddle can be solved with logic. A koan cannot be solved. It is designed to be a sword that cuts through your logic, stops your thinking mind, and pushes you into a state of pure, direct reality. We live in a world of logic. From the moment we are born, we are taught to categorize the world: good and bad, up and down, me and you, subject and object. Our mind is a machine that chops reality into little pieces so we can understand it. But Zen asks a dangerous question. Does the map actually match the territory? Or are we just living in a prison of our own definitions? To understand the sound of one hand, we must travel back to 18th century Japan, to the temple of the great master Hakuin. Hakuin had a young disciple named Toyo. Toyo was intelligent, logical, and eager to learn. One day, Hakuin gave him this koan. You can hear the sound of two hands clapping. Now, show me the sound of one hand. Toyo bowed and went away to his room to think. He sat by the window. He heard the music of the geishas playing outside. Ah, he thought, that is it. The next morning, he went to the master and played the music. No, shouted Hakuin. That is not it. That is the sound of music, not the sound of one hand. Toyo went back. He sat by a dripping faucet. Drip, drip, drip. This must be it, he thought. He returned to the master and mimicked the sound of water. No, said Hakuin. That is the sound of water. Do not bring me something from the outside. Toyo tried the sound of the wind. He tried the cry of an owl. He tried the buzzing of locusts. For 1 year, he brought every sound he could find, and every time, the master rejected him. Toyo was exhausted. His logic was broken. He had run out of answers. He had run out of clever ideas. He sat in his room, empty. He stopped looking for sounds. He stopped trying to solve the problem. He simply sat. He merged with the silence. He merged with the air. He merged with the moment. He forgot who he was. He forgot Toyo. He forgot the master. There was no subject listening to an object. There was just being. The next morning, he walked into the master's room. He did not say a word. He did not make a sound. He simply stood there. But his eyes were different. He was no longer looking at the world. He was part of it. Master Hakuin looked at him and smiled. You have heard it, the master said. So, what is the sound of one hand? Logically, it is impossible. One hand cannot clap. But Zen is trying to show you that two is an illusion. When two hands clap, we see two separate things hitting each other. That is the world of duality. But the sound of one hand is the sound of the universe before it was divided into two. It is the sound of your own true nature. It is the silence that holds all sounds. Why does this matter to you, living in the modern world? Because your logic is the source of your suffering. Logic tells you, I need X to be happy. Logic tells you, if I lose my job, I am a failure. Logic tells you, I am separate from the world and I must fight to survive. These are all logical statements, and they are all lies. When you are trapped in logic, you are trapped in the past and the future. Logic needs time to work. It analyzes cause and effect. But life does not happen in time. Life happens now. A koan is a device to crash the computer of your mind so that you can finally experience the now. There is another famous koan, the cup of tea. A university professor went to visit a famous Zen master named Nanin. The professor was full of knowledge. He wanted to know about Zen, but as soon as he sat down, he started talking. He talked about his degrees. He talked about philosophy. He talked about what he already knew. Nanin listened quietly and began to pour tea into the professor's cup. He poured until the cup was full, but he didn't stop. He kept pouring. The tea overflowed. It spilled onto the saucer, then onto the table, then onto the professor's robes. "Stop!" the professor shouted. "The cup is full. It cannot hold any more." Nanin put down the teapot. "Like this cup," Nanin said, "you are full of your own opinions and speculations. How can I show you Zen unless you first empty your cup?" This is the state of our minds. We are so full of knowing that we cannot see what is right in front of us. We look at a tree and we don't see the tree. We see the word tree. We see a biological concept. We label it. We dismiss it. We look at a person and we don't see the human. We see boss, enemy, stranger. We are interacting with our labels, not with reality. Zen asks you to practice don't know mind. When you look at the world without logic, without labels, without words, what is left? Wonder, mystery, connection. There is a finger pointing at the moon. The Buddha said, "My teachings are like a finger pointing at the moon. Do not mistake the finger for the moon." Logic is the finger. Words are the finger. Even this video is the finger. But you are so busy studying the finger, analyzing the words, debating the concepts, that you miss the moon entirely. The moon is the experience of reality itself. To hear the sound of one hand clapping, you must stop looking at the finger. You must stop thinking about life and start living it. Try this experiment today. Look at something ordinary, a flower, a cat, a cloud. Look at it, but refuse to name it. Don't call it a flower. Don't think about its color. Don't think about its species. Just look. Drop the logic. Drop the subject, you, and the object, it. Just be with it. If you do this deeply enough, for just a split second, the boundary between you and the flower will vanish. You will not be looking at the flower. You will be the flower. That moment of oneness, that is the sound of one hand clapping. Logic is a useful tool for building bridges and solving math problems, but it is a terrible master for the human soul. Logic divides, love connects. Logic analyzes, Zen experiences. Don't try to solve your life. There is no answer at the back of the book. The only answer is the silence from which you came and to which you will return. Listen. Can you hear it? Thank you for emptying your cup with us. Stay empty. Stay whole.